Welcome to Let 'Em Cook. Now today I got a treat for y'all. This is a guy everybody loves to watch and read his rants on Facebook, but most people are scared to admit it or leave a like, leave a comment. So I just had to bring him on and interview him so I could pick his mind. So without any further ado, I present to you Antonio Vance. What's up, bro?
What up, man? I can't believe you said random, but like I said, it's I call it the passion and truth, man. That's all it is.
I did.
That's all it is. What you got going on, cousin?
I've been paying attention to social media, and something's been trending that kind of caught my attention. They're basically saying that allegedly the African Americans, the so-called African Americans, are really the indigenous people of this land. So, of course, I wanted to holler at you about that. So, have they been lying to us all this time, bro? What do you think?
We the original people, and how everybody that went in and collaborated to trick us. And so part of that started out back with this cat named J.P. Morgan. Well, it started before that, but the transition of everything started with pretty much J.P. Morgan when they started really taking our identification and changing our identity on us. Started with that guy. But before that, those people is on a reservation right now, they Siberians. Those are the first people that actually came to the country. Our ancestors helped them people and let them people come into the country and was intertwined with them and got to the point they was intertwining for us procreating and stuff with each other, those people. But what happened is when the whites came over, those same people that we helped and let come over here, those Siberians, those people that's on the reservation, they turned on us and they rode with the white people. And so then when they rode with their own people or whatever, you see what they end up doing. The white people end up turning on them and put them on a reservation. And then you see that. And then so in 1806, that's when they started all this stuff about reclassifying us, just trying to reclassify us. Started out with a dude named J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan, he was like running with the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, if you know who all them people is. Yeah. It was like those three was the top dogs that was doing all of this stuff, that took over the banking system and all of that old stuff. We're about the stuff with the Titanic and all that old shit. Yeah. All three of them took part in getting rid of some of them hierarchy so they could take over. Well, the same J.P. Morgan, man, so like I said, what they did was when they started taking over our stuff and they started reclassifying us, when they was taking our land, when they was taking all our land from us, from our ancestors and all of that. So what he called, it was a thing where they was, he had he was investing like $15,000 annually. So that's like $15,000, $15,000 a year. And that's, you gotta think, that's back in what, 1906, so that's a long time ago. So you can just imagine what money. That's a lot of money. So that's a lot of money. So he would do it, and he did this. Well, they say he did it over a 5-year period. I thought it was over a 5-year period, but they say he did over a 5-year period where they was calling this thing where they was making Indians. What I mean by making Indians was they was taking those people who's on the reservations, which is the Siberians, some old regular old white people that come from somewhere, that like the Eskimos or whatever. And so what they was doing, they was taking those people in the garments that our ancestors wore. They would dress them people up in those garments and take pictures of them. And so when we finally got a image of the people who supposed to be indigenous to the land, those the pictures we got of those white people dressed up in the garments and all of that. And that's where they come up with the term $5 Indians or the term pretendians or whatever like it. And then that's when they start reclassifying us. So when they put us on the Trail of Tears, that's when the reclassification came after that. So they took us from our indigenous nature and started calling us colored. And then we went from something else after colored to something else into Negro, and now we African American and all that other stuff. And so they keep on reclassifying us so they can further take us away from, because they don't ever want us to claim the land, because it is a law that I guess it's supposed to be some kind of land law, world law, like that everybody respects, that you can't go take somebody's land. So their whole thing was tell them suckers they from Africa. And so if they think they from Africa, they'll never think they from here to claim their land. But it's all about the land, just like the stuff that's going on over there right now, over there. Across there, I don't think I should say the word, but I'll say them our people, if you know what I'm saying. And so, like they taking them people land over there, and that stuff ain't cool. But on the surface, what they'll tell you on TV is why they do that and support them people, because they the chosen people of the Most High. But I say, no, they ain't. And I'm going to tell you why I say no, they ain't. If I ain't mistaken, you know, the Most High blessed Shem, which is the Semitic one. He blessed Shem with copper color, bronze, or whatever color. So I'm confused on if these people are the chosen people, how did they miss their blessing? Because they definitely ain't got the color that the Most High blessed Shem with. Mm-hmm. So you definitely can't be his line. You know what I mean? So common sense will tell you, if anybody done read anything, you would know that Shem and Ham, they tried to say Ham was cursed, but that's what the YT people done slipped in. Yeah. That color is a blessing. Mm-hmm. The Most High blessed those Africans or whatever with the color of a raven, that pretty dark color, that unblemished color. And then he gave us our color. We the color of copper, same color as a penny almost. And we can shine the same way, yeah, it glow beyond the mud. Yeah. And he blessed us with that. And that's why we can live under the sun. If it was a curse, why did that sun, you know what I mean, it protected us from everything. Mm-hmm. The melanin. Which go back to what I was saying. So, you know, which go back to me saying that we some people, we survive under the sun. There's a certain thing that doesn't survive under the sun. There's a certain thing that doesn't benefit from nature. Yes. So, but we always asking ourselves questions of why are they putting stuff in the air, like the what they call them, the chemtrails. Yeah. Why are they messing up the soil in the ground? And why are they messing with the water? Why they cutting down all the trees?
They destroy everything.
Why they destroy everything? That should tell you. Because there's some things that don't benefit from nature. Mm-hmm. We benefit from turnip greens. We get chlorophyll up out of it. That's medicinal to us. We all think it's food. That's medicine. The Most High told you what it was. That's medicine, man. That's the medicine you need. And then it pretty much told you, what do you say, drink your food. That's the alkaline. Mm-hmm. They took our stuff away from us and switched it up and then regurgitated that mug and gave it to us the way they wanted us to see it. Mm-hmm. And then got us eating the back end of the pig and all that old stuff and all the scraps and all this stuff. So what you expect the people to do? You know what I mean? If it's all we got. Oh man, we finna start putting some onions. We gonna start putting some peppers on this joint. We gonna fix it up where that mug is consumable, where it tastes good, since we gotta eat this all the time. It wasn't our choice to start eating all this stuff. Cause this is by these people knowing us better than we know ourselves. Mm-hmm. They know what the Most High told us. That's how they are able to do what they do, because they understand it better than we do. So if you understand something, you able to hide it better. If you know what you know what I mean? If you don't know something about something, you can't hide it, because you don't really, you know what I mean? You don't know what to hide. But those people know exactly who we is, know exactly who we are to the Most High. That's why they're able to do what they do. And that's why they're able to go hard like they do. Because they know exactly. Because if you don't know nothing, you can't hide jack. So they know everything about us, man. We're going to hide the whole day on them. We're gonna get together. We're gonna hold a council, and we're gonna call it the Conference of Nicaea or the Council of Nicaea or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna get all the high priests. We're gonna get all the popes together. We're gonna get all these people together. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change the holy day on them. We're gonna tell them, instead of you respecting the Sabbath, you know what I mean, we're gonna have you going on Sunday.
You supposed to worship on the Sabbath?
Yeah, on the Sabbath you don't do nothing sun up to sundown. You take all your yeast and stuff out of your cabinets. You take it out your house. You do all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feast of leavening bread. If you know what that means, that's like you don't eat self-rising bread.
Yeah.
Like stuff like it. So uh this is things in there that he told us not to do. And then how to do the Sabbath. I don't see none of my people that I've been learning from, that I learned from going. I ain't never seen none of them talk about the Sabbath, none of that stuff. That's like I said, there's certain reasons why I said, man, I can't keep on doing it, man. I'm learning too much stuff not going up in there. Until I was like, I finally got down on my knees. I told the Most High, I said, I'll never step foot back in there and honor you. When I did that, man, I started learning. Stuff started getting better for me. You know what I mean? I got better understanding, and my belief is strong. Like it's a whole bunch of stuff behind just knowing, and then I feel a lot better because I feel like I know exactly who I am. Yeah. Ain't nobody can sit around and look down on me. Nobody. I feel like no other, cause I already know where I stand at. I know, shoot, we top of the chain. Yeah. Everybody else is beneath that, even though they got us on the floor right now. But you know, it's a mentality too. Yeah. Quit feeling like you're on the floor. Know who you is.
It seemed like they kind of conditioned us to be kind of passive. I noticed, and like even in slavery, they paint the narrative that we was kind of just like doing what they say and let them run over us. But the truth is, man, we used to rebel against the slave owners. Mm-hmm. And I know, like Nat Turner.
Yep.
But that's the only one they kind of tell us about. But I heard it was a whole lot more.
Well, yeah, that was one of the parts of it where they was having the like the slave pastors and stuff going through the South and reading to the slaves. And you know, in the Old Testament, which that's what they was reading back then, the Old Testament, you know, it was saying a lot of stuff like obey your master, and a lot of stuff had master in there. Mm-hmm. Just master this, master that. And then just notice what, you know, the slaves called the plantation owner. We call them master. The more time you go over something, the better your understanding get. And that's what Nat Turner and them were doing. The more they had that man going down there through them plantations, reading that Bible to those slaves and all of that. And he kept on reading, and then he started getting the understanding of this sucker. He wasn't just preaching how the plantation owner wanted him to read it. He was reading that mud like he understood. And of course, you know, they still had language that, you know what I mean? Because I think back then, I think our people actually spoke, I want to say Spanish. I believe they were speaking Spanish or something like it. I think Spanish is really our natural language, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
But yeah, so so they started getting an understanding, and so he got to seeing their part in there. I believe it was saying the Most High, he wasn't only a God of peace, he was also a God of war. So that's when he was coming in, was talking about you have every right to preserve your life against your oppressors. Before I even do, let me tell you how it made me do this one day, which I always kind of knew about Nat Turner. But one day I was getting off from work and I was driving home, and it just hit my mind. I said, man, I wonder what Bible Nat Turner was reading. And the reason I was wondering what Bible Nat Turner was reading, because I was thinking how they rebelled and they started running through the South, all the plantation owners, all them people. And so, and I was like, I wonder what Bible. So after I got home, I started researching, and I was trying to find out what Bible had. But you can't find it in there. They took it out of there. They ain't gonna let you know what Bible he actually read. So what I did was, of course, you know, black people, we know how to circumvent. So I just figured out another way to, you know what I mean, get it. So I went and looked up what the plantation owners frequented, what Bible they frequented back then in that Turner day. And so it was, of course, which I already knew that, it was the Old Testament. And so in the Old Testament, the Most High ain't as nice as he is. They got him in his New Testament.
So what you saying is back then they didn't even have the New Testament?
No, the New Testament wasn't around then. Well, I ain't gonna say it wasn't around then, but at least they hadn't introduced it to nobody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It could have been somewhere put up or somewhere, but it hadn't been. It was yet to be introduced to anybody. Even before the New Testament, you got to know it was Geneva Bible came before that.
Yeah.
If you remember the Geneva Bible,
Mm-hmm.
but the Old Testament is scriptures in there where the Most High is telling, and He's speaking to a certain people. He's speaking to His children, and He's telling them about protecting each other. He said, if somebody's your mama, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your kids, He said you are to stop them. And basically, He's saying you stop them by however you got to stop them. If that means you stop them for good, if you know what I mean. And so He was saying that, and then He get to a point where He said, it's your duty. It's your duty to do whatever. And then He go into where He lets you know it's a difference between outright just going to do something to somebody for no reason. They ain't did nothing. They ain't harming. You know, that's one thing. But He's talking about the people who are harming you if you do something against them or your people. He's saying it's your duty to stop them from doing what they doing.
So basically, He's saying, like, say a cop is beating on a woman, like it's
on one of his. Not any woman. He said on one of his. If on one of his, He's specifically saying his kids. On his, what He told us to stick together. That's why He told us don't procreate, don't intermarry, don't make their sons your sons, don't make their daughters your daughters. When He talking about the world, when He talking about worldly, yeah, He is talking about the white tea people. He talking about the Gentiles.
Yeah.
But when He's talking about, in a sense, when He get talking about, because world is kind of used, worldly and world is used different. It's two different meanings to me. Because worldly, when He keep on mentioning worldly, He's talking about don't do the worldly thing of the Gentile, blah, blah. But then when He talking about the words, like He's talking about set of people, He's talking about His kids. He's talking about who He said He's taking responsibility for, the sheep. And so that's who we are, the sheep. We His. So He was saying we protect each other. You pretty much protect His line, I guess. And He said it's our duty. And so He made a distinct difference and let you know what the difference is between this and that. And what's so funny, the YT people went into the 10 Commandments and also changed them up. Changed that sucker from thou shalt not that to, which is what the Most High said was, thou shalt not do something to somebody if they ain't did nothing to you. Okay. You don't go up and do something to somebody if they ain't got to do nothing just because they got something that you want, or you stealing from them, or you don't like them, or them ain't your kind of people or whatever. You can't go up and do them. But if them people are doing stuff to you and your people and His people, the people He called His kids, He's saying stop them.
They kind of came. Didn't you ever heard of the law of Ma'at?
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
What is it about?
Check it out. It's the Egyptian, Egypt.
Right.
It's like, I forgot how many it is, but it's got all the 10 Commandments.
Well, it's more than 10 of them though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying. That's where the 10 Commandments came from.
Right.
The law of Ma'at.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
That's
can believe it.
Say, yeah.
Cause it's a whole lot of stuff. You know, they be taking stuff and bringing it, and then like I say, ain't no telling what the. Cause they said they was taking all kind of people's history, and then just, you know what I mean. Yeah. So ain't no telling where they get half of that stuff from, man. But yeah, it's a whole lot to it. Back to when I was telling you earlier, I was already critically thinking, and I was always wondering like, why do we take all this stuff from them, but they are what they call it, SA people, SA men,
yeah,
SA women.
About the Gentiles.
Yeah, what they was doing to the slaves when they had us in slavery. Yeah. They was wearing their skin, cutting them, wearing their skin, feeding the babies to alligators as alligator bait.
Yeah.
They had not only slave farms, they had breeding farms where they had us on a farm where they were breeding us like we were animals and stuff like that. They did all of this old bad stuff. You know, they had buck breaking, where they'll take one of the strongest slaves or whatever and essay him in front of his family or mama, his daddy, his wife or whatever. They was doing all kind of stuff like it. And so you got to understand, our people was always under extreme stress, man. Extreme stress. And so then all of a sudden, those people who've been having you under extreme stress for a while, man, we've been giving y'all, been doing y'all bad, but we finna give y'all the best thing we got. The thing that got us where we at. That got us doing what we doing to y'all. We gonna give it to you. Here you go.
All right. Well, I want to talk to you about one more thing before I let you go. I've been checking this dude out. His name is Dr. Malcolm Tanner, and he's saying he's running for president.
2020, 26. Is it?
I think it's 20.
Yeah. 2028. Or what did he say? 27. Whenever it is, I put it on. Yeah, I know about Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm.
Yeah, man. I kind of want to get his.
I follow
his
him.
Name out there.
I follow. And that's crazy. And that's crazy because when we was talking, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking this a couple of days ago. At the end of the thing, I wanted to give a shout out to Dr. Malcolm. I mean, like try to put some people up on him. I had put my mama up on him, and I was telling her about him. She say she knew a little bit about him, but I don't know. And I was telling her, and I was like, you know, how he coming, like he already helping people before he's even in one of those kind of positions where he's supposed to help the people.
Yeah, you know, giving away houses.
Yeah, he be out here like he'll go, and I guess I'm not sure if he got like some kind of financial group or something like it, but whatever. He go out bid everybody. Oh, okay. And he'll go tell them off the top, you ain't gonna be able to outbid me. And he going in telling them people off the top before they even start. And you know you can't outbid me, and they be mad because evidently they know they can't outbid him. Yeah. And he going in and buy up all the land. And at first, I ain't saying he said it, but I was looking at it like he was just doing for the people, our kind of people, because we ones always in the just getting it hard right there. So I thought he was doing, but they started getting on him a little bit. So then I felt like he opened it up for everybody. So it don't matter now what color or whatever. He just opened it up for everybody. But that's okay. Like the money that the Texans supposed to be getting, I think they supposed to be start getting money in like 2027, like the total like $5,000 a month that they gonna be getting.
What's that for? Reparations?
I ain't gonna say it for reparations. I don't think he ever just clarified what the money was exactly for. But I know, and I'm not saying, I'm thinking how I really took it. I'm thinking he it's just because this is his venture and that's what he gonna do because he must got some plan out. I don't think it's really got nothing to do with government reparations. Oh, okay. I think everything that he doing, that's him and whoever he got backing or whoever riding with him. But dude serious than a mug, man, to the point, government officials going in, tearing up hotels and stuff that he buy and all of those stuff that he trying to do. They going in trying to hold the man back, stop him what he doing. They don't like him because he brash, you know what I mean? And he unapologetic. He going and tell them exactly, you know what I mean, how he feel. He say, he ain't trying.
He ain't talking slick to them Gentiles.
He ain't even talking slick to him. Man, he coming straight. He ain't talking slick to him, man. He coming straight at him, man. Ain't nothing slick about him. He ain't saying one thing and mean another thing. He ain't even throwing out what they call biblical what they call them the little when you throw out a little message or something.
Like metaphors.
Yeah, he ain't throwing out no little. He telling them exactly like it. This is what it is, man. This is how I feel. Da 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 da. He ain't had nothing. He ain't trying to clean nothing up, and he ain't catering to nothing. It is what it is.
Well, my guy, I like that guy, man. I seen him today. Actually, he told the sheriff. He said, "When I take over this town, I'm gonna put you on a pink motorcycle."
And he mean it. And he mean it. And he mean it. And them people down there nervous, man, because they know that man not playing. But ain't that something that you got a guy like that, a black man who just said enough is enough? You know what I mean?
Hey,
and they always say that we got what they say, black rage or whatever.
Yeah.
That's black rage right there. He doing something about it. You know what I mean? And he ain't even put his hands on nobody. He ain't took nobody out or nothing like it.
Yeah.
That's black rage right there where he I'm finna get up and do something about this here. And that's what that man doing, man. Dude trying to bring everybody up out of that. It don't matter what color you is. Seem like well, that's what he on. It don't matter. He just said it's whoever. You know what I mean? Y'all tired of that right there, man. We're gonna do it the right way. This is a way better way. And so he coming off. He ain't about that greed and stuff. And he don't need it all. He want to share everything. He want everybody to have it the same. So how can you not be for somebody like it? That he ain't saying he don't care who you look like or none of that. If you down, he wants you to be down, and he wants you to get in and want everybody to, you know what I mean, benefit. But I told him I told him a long time ago. I said, man, I'm behind you, man. I said, whatever you gonna do, I'd like to work for him. You know what I mean? If he wants somebody to push something over through here, I'll be glad to help that dude, man. Cause dude's serious. Now, like I said, I don't care what color he is. It matter to me like if somebody is a people person. Cause it's not a lot of many people person that want everybody to be happy. It takes a special person. You want everybody to be satisfied. You don't want to see nobody out here. If everybody can benefit, I want to benefit.
All right. Everybody vote for Dr. Malcolm Tanner. At least go check him out. See what he's
Man,
talking
for
about.
real though.
He's a good guy, man. I like him.
For real though, we do really need to be paying attention to that man though, man. Cause that dude right there, he really doing something, man. And he ain't sugarcoat, like he really doing something. Like he's already helping people. He ain't in no government job. He ain't none of that. He ain't no official. He ain't like no senator. He ain't none of like it. That's a everyday dude that, you know what I mean, that's getting up and doing this stuff for people already. And he ain't even in, like he ain't obligated to do that. Government officials are obligated to do that. Dude doing more than the dang on government officials. That's dead serious. He doing more than the government right now for people. Ain't that some shit? You ain't even in the government. You do more for people than the government do.
Well, I hope you see this video and offer you a job.
Man, shit, he offer.
You can give me an exclusive.
I'm pretty sure he can hire probably 10,000 black people around here that's going who can go out there for him. Hold signs, put signs in the yard. I don't care. Cause like I said, you can tell, dude, what it is. You can tell he real too. You can tell he done came up like us. He done seen it long, but he just ain't one of those regular old dudes that, you know what I mean, he just sit there and talk about it like a lot of us do. I do it most of the time. Dude doing it. He done got up and doing it. And that's kind of motivates you a little bit, thinking maybe, we could try something like it. Just get enough people together, like-minded people that understand, man, it's a whole lot of other stuff that you're supposed to have. It's not just the stuff that you done had to work for. It's some shit that's already yours.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to have my shit. If I got some shit already, I want mine. You can't take my shit from me. I want mine.
I feel you. Anyway, man, any last words, man? What you wanna leave with the people?
What I want to leave with the people. Hell, stay dangerous. Stay dangerous. Hell, stay smart. Stay resilient. Be patient.
Have an open mind.
Have an open mind.
That's like most important.
Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't let nobody knock you off your square. And even though we've been getting played this whole time, we ain't gotta continue to keep getting played.
Well, I appreciate you pulling up on me, bro. Feel free to come through. If something happened in the world and you want to talk about it, bro.
Yeah, I want to get talk about some skeezers and some skanks.
Oh, man.
You know what my repertoire is, man? Some BBWs. I like them big girls.
Okay.
Talk about some BBWs and stuff like that. Cause my shit it's got to be too something. I like.
I can go there. All right, there you have it, folks. This is Let 'Em Cook. Y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe, like, leave a comment, and we out.
Vote Malcolm Tanner. What year?
2028.
2028. Malcolm Tanner. Next president.